So we got some heavy ass squats today. This is actually the last week, and then next week, that's when we test our new maxes. So this week is pretty important. My goal is to move everything at least, because I have RP 8.5 for the primary squats and deadlifts, and then for my main bench session, I have RP 9. My goal is to move the bench when I get there. That's on Thursday at least RP 8. And then these lifts, 7.5 or lower. That way going into next week, I know I'm gonna hit something absolutely fucking disgusting. It's gonna be a little bit tough though, because I'm a little bit annoyed. I came in and it's fucking packed, and I had to wait for a rack, and then I go take a shit, I have my bag ready, and then the homie comes in and takes the rack while I was waiting for it, and I didn't feel like, fighting over pennies, fucking rack. So we're now in the poverty rack in the fucking corner, the distant land away from everything, and I can't stand using these racks. Like, these racks are so shit. Like, the worst variation. I'm not trying to hate on the combo racks, but these specific models are dog shit. Take them off the market. To whoever you are that makes these, bring them back home, work on them, bring them back when they're all like good, but they're so shit. They're so shit. Number one, there's not really anywhere for you to pit a bench when you do bench press. Kind of just got to pit it wherever, and it's just very uncomfortable. And then these, number one, it slants up, and on top of that, it has this hook. So when you do bench, a lot of the time you hit this either on the way up or as you're unracking it, because once you get to a certain weight, you can't just roll it up here and then unrack it, because it's on a, like, it rolls back, and you get to a point where it's too heavy to just do that and go into it. But we're squatting, and the reason why I don't like it on squat is because these, like, it's always with the fucking combo racks. These specific things, like, there's no middle ground that just works good for your lift off. Either you have to pit it high so that you can, unrack it, but then you bump it on the way back. Like last week, I had to unrack it like this. And I had to re-rack it like that too. Huge strain on the body, a lot of energy just tossed from that. And then if you set it low by 1, you just set it lower, you're like, oh, this is too high. Then you're basically doing a quarter squat when you go up. So it's just, but we got it done last week, so we're just gonna calm down, believe in ourselves, and we'll be able to do it. We'll be able to do it this week. But also on top of that, we're using a 55-pound thick behemoth bar because everybody and their moms is here today using the barbells. So all the normal squat bars are gone, and I can't just use a normal bar, a deadlift bar, if you will, because it's way too whippy. And I'm already dealing with this rack, so I don't want the bar to be whippy to the point where even when I set the thing lower, it's just whipping and bouncing up and down the rack as I do my walkout. And then also, it just causes for more instability, unstableness as I'm, squatting, and it's bouncing up and down, a lot harder to stabilize. Stabilizers would be working overtime to stabilize it when it's whipping that much, which would consume more energy, less energy to be used during my squat movement. So we have to use this, and I don't like using this thing. It's big, bulky, the knurling is really aggressive, and then I have to do my math all over again because it's a 55-pound fucking bar, but we're gonna get through it. Yeah, see, like, it looks like we're in a good spot for the squat right now, but I guarantee you, as we put on more weight and it starts to bend like that, we'll probably be hitting that shit on the walkout or having to like manually unrack it. But like I said, we're gonna believe in God, believe in ourselves, and we'll move the 549. Round up to 550 because we're using the pound plates since we're in the forsaken corner away from the kilos. And we'll move it at 7.5. And then we'll take a bow. And but I will say that it feels good. Like, it feels good today. We still have the pants on. We haven't put on the knee sleeves, and it still feels really good. So I think there's a really good shot that we do move the 550 swimmingly, and then that will really tell us that we're gonna be hitting something nasty. If I can hit, like, to put in perspective, right? I'll just tell you guys, if I can hit my top single today at an RPE 7.5 or lower, the lowest being 7. You know, we're not moving a intended 8.5 RPE at anything less than 7. That's just very unlikely. But to put in perspective, if we can hit that at a 7.5 or lower, lowest being 7, so 7.5 or 7, we definitely have it in us to hit 600 on squat, 100%. Maybe even a little bit more, 605, 610, get a little fancy if we're over there and rack's actually available, and use the kilos. We could do like 607 or something like that. So it would get me very, very excited, and I would instantly not be annoyed and be in good spirits, which would be great because I still have 5 sets of 520 for 2 and a whole entire bench session after this. So I probably will head to, I probably should go over there and get some chalk because this thing's kind of thick. And actually, I have chalk in my bag. I haven't used this in a fucking minute because there's a chalk bowl, but huh. Well, that's a nice discovery. I completely forgot about this shit. All right, just give me a minute. I honestly, we've been on such a fucking power streak. I haven't really needed the strength gauntlet. So I completely forgot, but today, since we're trying to make this, I'll put this on off camera. We'll get that on, upgrade the power. But anyways, we're gonna chalk up and do this, and I feel really fucking good right now. I just did the, before this, so if it's 55 pounds, it's a 10-pound increase. So we did 415, and that felt great. So now we got on 505, and I'm thinking that this is gonna feel really good. And then after this, we're gonna go straight into the, well, not straight into, we're gonna take a break. You know, you never want to go straight into a top single, even if it's like RP7. You always want to take that little break. But we're going to take a little break and go into the RP 8.5, which is 549 pounds. So if this moves really good, because it's not super far off of what I have to go up to, we should be chilling. Probably won't even need the gauntlet of power, but we'll keep it on just to ensure. Maybe even get an RP7. Felt pretty good, considering the jump. So probably just chill for like a good 5 and then hit up that 549 at hopefully RP 7.5 or 7. All right, moment of truth. I gotta lock in. I got the Gauntlet of Power on. And then I'm just really gonna lock in. Didn't really get a chance to really lock in because people were just, it's pretty packed tonight. A lot of homies, and I love the homies. I love talking to them, but it makes it hard to lock in when they're just coming and talking to you. So we're just gonna, we got some big weight coming, man. She's mine. I'm gonna handle the fuck out of this. 7.5 to 7, I'm predicting it right now. Get fucking pumped up, my boy. All right, come on. You're fucking nothing, come on. You're light to me. Light. I don't know about 7. I'd have to watch it back, but definitely not 8.5. That was definitely a solid 8 or 7.5, and I'm really happy about that, given the circumstances of the behemoth bar and the shitty rack. So that was like, you know, fucking bitch is so bad I feel bad for it. I gotta bow for it out of respect. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Give it some respect, because after making a mockery out of it like that, it probably doesn't have that much respect for itself left. Anyways, super hype about that. I think we could definitely, because you got to remember, deload was like 3 weeks ago. The body's fatigued, it's tired. That's why there's resting periods next week before attempting my my PR attempts. So body is still definitely not like A1 recovered, fully fueled. So considering that, we could definitely get 600 pounds on the bar and attempt it. And a really good fucking chance we can get that shit. I even think if all things go all well and we feel great, we recover right the weekend, we're eating good, getting that protein in, we can get like fucking 608, 610 maybe, who knows, but I'm really happy about that. But I got 5 sets of 520 now, so I'm gonna get that on and then hit that up. Kind of been yapping a fuck ton, so gonna get a rush on this, so I'm gonna go like right into this shit. The good thing is that my arms are fine. Hopefully that means that the tendons and joints are catching up to the muscle strength. Like my forearms hurt, but when you're using the behemoth bar and you can barely grip it, you know what I mean? And then also just like having to kind of unhook it a little bit myself, you know what I mean? Or kind of stand up on my tippy toes and unrack it, or kind of stand up, which is like, you know, kind of making the bar drop here and kind of push it in like that. It's stress on the forearms. So that's given that they're gonna hurt using this rack. So these are the only things that hurt, which is really good compared to the pain that I fucking experienced last week on the squats. Kind of been yapping a fuck ton, so gonna get a rush on this, so I'm gonna go like right into this shit. The good thing is that my arms are fine. Hopefully that means that the tendons and joints are catching up to the muscle strength. Like my forearms hurt, but when you're using the behemoth bar and you can barely grip it, you know what I mean? And then also just like having to kind of unhook it a little bit myself, you know what I mean? Or kind of stand up on my tippy toes and unrack it, or kind of stand up, which is like, you know, kind of making the bar drop here and kind of push it in like that. It's stress on the forearm, so it's given that they're gonna hurt using this rack. So these are the only things that hurt, which is really good compared to the pain that I fucking experienced last week on the squats. But 5 sets now, 1 of 5, 520, 2. All right, 4 more sets. I did a couple of sets off camera, leaving us with 2 more. I think the only thing we should focus on for the rest of this to really lock in for next week, just what we've been working on, you know what I mean? Just not burning too much energy on the descent. You know, fixed back, that's the one thing we've been doing that. Fixed back position, really bracing. So just the things we've kind of discovered throughout this training program, just dialing it in, locking it in for next week. So we're gonna spend these next 2 sets doing. Calves are actually getting a good workout too. I'm adapting. I feel like I understand it now, Mahoraga. First I was kind of just, now I've been kind of tapping into the power of the calves and just, anyways, 1 more set, you know, and we're gonna get to the benching. Benching, nothing crazy going on today, like the squats, just rep work. Like I said last week, for whatever reason, I don't get to my, what some would call primary deads till Thursday. It's like later during the week. So today it's just some pretty light rep work with 350. So probably just gonna treat it the same way we've been treating the squats. Just kind of taking the things we've realized and been working on throughout this 9-week program and just locking it in before next week. Last set, you already know what we're working on. I'm gonna make fine work of this. It's okay. I know I like to go rough, but just bear with me. I'm just too pump chumping at you. You know what I mean? It's gonna be brutal, I'm not gonna lie. It's going to hurt. But that's like 15 seconds minimum. You can take it. That's right. Take it for Papa. Sorry? All right, last set, you already know what we're working on. I'm gonna make fine work of this. It's okay. I know I like to go rough, but just bear with me. I'm just too pump chumping at you. You know what I mean? It's gonna be brutal, I'm not gonna lie. It's going to hurt. but that's like 15 seconds minimum. You can take it. That's right. Take it for Papa. Sorry? All right. That's good shit. Now we warm up for bench. As you can see, we warmed up first set. It's a little rough, but still good. I think it's just mostly because of the fucking squat, you know, just frying the arms. But despite that, it felt good. But that also was the first set, you know what I mean? In bench, I definitely do warm up pretty quick. Like the warm up we did the bar, 135, 225, 315, 350. So I'll take that. And we got 3 more, but I think that after that first set, last warm up for me, usually how it goes, it'll be fine. And we'll just, like I said, just with the squat, take the things that we've figured out and been working on throughout the 9-week program, just lock it in for next week. On the chain, it's just like 2. It kind of slides back when I'm benching. But anyways, we've grinded another set off camera. So we have this one last set left, and definitely feel it, but more on my forearms, which is actually a good thing. It's good that because this is the usual pain and it feels like it's tearing up. Forearm pain, I can tell that it's simply just from having to stand up and unrack it like this. That's a lot of pressure on your fucking forearms, even if I was just squatting 315. So it's a good thing. Definitely makes it harder to bench, because what's really been helping me is kind of just like getting a hold of the barbell, like gripping the fuck out of it, having that cue of like I'm trying to bend the bar, you know, pull it apart, and really get in on that. So it's hard to do that when my forearms are fucked. So it's a little bit tough, but we've still been able to do it, which is really good, and it really has been helping the weight. I feel like today has been really productive as far as just locking things in for next week, the peak of the peak week. So just gonna finish this up. All right, we are good. Like I said, I think locking in with the form and everything today, it's good shit, especially the squat. I think that was definitely 7.5. So we're happy with that. And I'm happy with bench move, considering the tightness here. Really felt like it still moved well. So another session of just locking in with shit for that next week. So tomorrow should be very telling as well. Bench tomorrow, but it is gonna be rep work. Can't really tell much from that, but deadlift will be telling because you do have to go up to, again, RP 8.5.